before I say anything. So today, guys, we're going to be watching scary videos. Top 15 videos that scare 99% of people. So for today, I want you guys to smash that like button, hit that notification button, like this video, and comment down below. Because this is very risky because I get scared easily. So let's get right into this.
Number 15, Red Sack Delivery. Have you ever come across a video where you don't understand what's happening, but somehow it's seriously creepy? This video has been shared around the Indonesian internet community with no context whatsoever. It appears to be apparent security footage from the porch of a home. An unknown individual dressed as a clown carrying a sack that's covered in red walks up the porch steps. It seems he's trying to send a message, or possibly prank the homeowner by leaving the sack and knocking on the door. The clip being shared ends shortly afterwards, leaving everybody scared, wondering what actually happened. We were able to track the footage down to YouTuber Billy the Fridge, who wrote, "The surveillance tape is 100% real, no faking." In reality, this was probably a prank, but not before scaring 99% of people. Number 14, Lincoln City Cathedral Ghost. With only slightly more than 2,000 views, this haunted video deserves more interest. Posted in March of 2015 by YouTuber Renaissance 2001, the video shows a ghost outside Lincoln City Cathedral at night. As the church bells chime, the person filming the video spies something around the corner on a side of the building. It appears to be a little face. As the person starts panicking, getting slightly closer to try and capture what this is, the face disappears around the corner. He runs after to find nothing there at all. Absolutely terrifying. Made even more so by the chiming of.
Okay, let me tell you. If you want to do this kind of thing, this is what you want to be your career. You want to actually go. You don't want to be like some YouTubers that fake their stuff. But I would tell you, as soon as you see something, boom, run, my nigga. If I see something, I hear a fucking sound. It goes through my brain, boom, boom. Like I'm out going to someone else. If I'm home alone, you better sure I'm gonna get a cover and cover my old head. That's why I don't watch scary videos at home. I don't watch it at night. I only watch it in the morning. Because at that time, my brain's still processing it. When I go to sleep, I see it. And fuck, I'm going to my mom's. Yay. Isn't that good? Nah, it's fucking stupid.
Of the bells, a reminder to feel for the lost souls who haunt this earth. Number 13, Potential Taking. This one will stay with you long after you watch it. What would you do if you heard these sounds?
I'm back. Sorry guys that I had to cut. I said something that if Kappa heard what I said, I would be fined. So pretty much can't. Sorry that I had to cut, but it's just I just have to continue by the rules of this platform, and let's just continue with the video. I opened my door closed. I have to run when I get started. I'm just gonna follow.
A Ring doorbell caught this scene, considered a potential taking in the Los Angeles neighborhood of Leimert Park in November of 2019. The footage shows a vehicle pass by, and from the vehicle, screams are heard as a woman pleads for help from those outside.
Witnesses say that the getaway car was a small white hatchback.
After a potential taking was reported, this Ring doorbell footage prompted an investigation into the incident. Los Angeles Police Department officer Mike Lopez said that police who responded to the call at first found no evidence of a taking. However, this disturbing footage seems to point in that direction. The woman is crying and screaming for someone to help, repeatedly pleading for over a half a minute as the vehicle passes by at around 11 p.m. When the owners of the Ring doorbell hear this, they're seen on their doorstep, looking to see what's going on. KTLA reports that a witness on the scene claims she heard a man's voice as well saying, "I'm sorry." He was pictured pulling the braided hair of the woman in the passenger seat. The vehicle then sped from the neighborhood with its rear hatch open. After the LAPD was provided the doorbell footage, they reopened the investigation and canvassed the neighborhood for clues. But as of the end of November, there have been no leads. As reported by Mercury News, let's hope this woman is found soon. Number 12, shadow figure. You know that feeling like you're being watched? Well, maybe you are. This YouTuber says that demonic activity in his home has risen to reoccurrences every 3 to 4 days.
Why would you even have that kind of
He writes, "The demon shadow figure was at the foot of my bed when I woke up, probably watching my dog and I for 8 to 9 minutes, then fled down the hallway and caught a black mass materializing by the door and moving towards my bedroom. And then in the lower right-hand side of the video, you can see it leaving, resulting in me and my dog visibly shaken. The clip does indeed appear to show a shadow figure seeming to materialize on the wall. Whether it's demonic or not is debatable. It doesn't appear to cause any evil, although perhaps the feeling of it was insidious. The man's dog certainly looks scared enough. What do you think the shadow being wants? Could it just be a friendly ghost?" Number 11, emergency. If you've ever been in an abandoned building under a state of emergency, you know how alone this man feels. With just over 28,300 views, this video titled Emergency.mp4 was published in March of 2016 by YouTuber Paul Syrek.
So, I have to cut it in. Sorry. And I'm sorry for cutting, but there are situations where I have to cut because of the stuff. I have to check if it's copyrighted because I don't want to get demonetized. So, yeah.
His description reads, "I was at hospital and woke up. Everyone left, but I found one still there after camera battery died. The hospital in the video does indeed look abandoned, making the emergency sound and eerie flashing lights all the more terrifying. For some reason, with no one else fleeing the scene alongside you, fear is heightened, heavy breathing and heavy sighs are heard through the camera. The cameraman passes through the hospital, down a hallway, through a door around a corner, and another door and hallway. No one is there, leaving us to wonder who exactly this man found after the camera battery died." David Roman says he used to work hospital security and that he thinks this is a security guard during a fire drill, but he suggests that patients weren't evacuated for the drill. Rather, it's more likely this was a closed-off wing under construction, which might explain the pallets and construction equipment spotted in the video. Something that wouldn't be found in patient areas seems like a valid explanation. However, it is still terrifying to think about. Number 10, haunted closet. Closets are usually harmless, but a series posted by RadLad1 has us wondering what's on the other side of that door. According to the uploader, the closet in question hasn't been altered since he moved in, but creepy occurrences keep happening with it. In the first video, he opens the door to the small closet, which has a disused TV on the ground, several hangers, and some random stuff on the shelf, including a stuffed animal. The next video is where the creepiness comes in. You can hear the door rattling slightly, and as the dude gets closer to it to examine what's going on, it slowly opens on its own and then jerks open before jerking shut.
Just move out.
The spookiness continues with the next video, in which the man says he hears constant sounds coming from the closet. He approaches it again, and as he reaches towards the handle, a terrifying rattling is heard, causing him to jump and back away again. The last video culminates in probably the
Like,
scariest
if I
happening.
moved, I hear
There's a
that sound,
knocking on the door and
I'm
a
turning my bed.
rattling.
Next morning, checking it.
It's
If I don't
heard
find
plain as
anything, I'm
day.
moving
When the
out
guy
'cause
opens the
I get
door, you can
scared
see there's
easily.
nothing at all inside.
Like, 'cause
I
I
think
don't
we're all
wanna
thinking
be-
the
when
same
I grow up,
thing. It's
like,
time to move.
I just don't wanna be
Number
at
9,
myself in our
Paranormal
house.
Lodge investigation.
Like I'm locking my
Some
shit up.
haunted places hide secrets only the afterlife knows. This video is a private investigation of the Tamaqua Elks Lodge, which occurred on Saturday, September 14th,
that?
2019. Apparently, the Elks Lodge in the town of Tamaqua, Pennsylvania, has some haunted history. Housed in a converted apartment building, there are claims that the Elks Lodge is haunted by the ghosts of 2 people who took their own lives, who resided in the previous apartments. Some claim they've heard voices and seen poltergeist activity. When the Pocono Paranormal team investigated, they caught numerous orbs and a voice that said, "Love you." So what did Team SERT find? They too captured orb and light anomalies on the scene, as well as horrifying screams on the EVP. They also captured someone saying, "Help me," and another said, "Come play." There are many unexplained sounds and a voice saying, "Martha, time to go." The spirit box also captured a voice responding, "I'm staying." But perhaps the creepiest point is the hazy, shadowy figures that appears to rise up beside one of the crew near the end of that video. Whatever is going on in this lodge is not something you'd want to face in the light of day. Number 8, Mother Nature. This video will deter you from ever wanting to become a sailor. The video shows a large ship on a stormy sea. From the top of the deck, massive waves swell around the ship, while the darkening sky overhead casts an even grimmier scene. The waves are so turbulent that they appear to be climbing the edge of the boat. In fact, water splashes onto the deck, the ocean spray bursting up like a geyser at the helm. There's something quietly frightening about this video. The anger and unpredictability of nature and the helplessness of being in the middle of it, tossed about by the sea. Some in the comments find it beautiful, and it is in a way, but others rightfully find it terrifying. With Redditor Buttered Muffin Toots writing, "I got seasick just watching this." Whether you find this more beautiful or fearful, one thing's for sure, you'll be 100% grateful that your feet are planted firmly on land. Number 7, it's in the room. Kicking back with your friends should be carefree. What happens when something strange occurs? A bin falls or a door clatters shut without explanation. If it happens once, then you can pass it off as just an oddity. But when it happens repeatedly, it's not coincidental. You may have something paranormal on your hands. This video was posted by Creepy7 Paranormal and shows 3 guys just hanging out, lying on the floor of their room on their phones, when something flies off the corner filing cabinet, startling the 3 and causing the sleeping dude to sit up, while the item, which looks like a roll of paper, could have simply fallen from a precarious position on the cabinet. What happens next makes you think again. A larger roll of paper leaning up against a standing cupboard flips onto the floor. There's no way that this one could have fallen on its own, as it didn't fall in a natural manner. It would have had to have been lifted and tossed over. Whatever is in this room finally has all 3 boys' attention. They all sat up, with one covering his head with a blanket.
That is me, that is me, that is me, this is me. Now this not. But this is what I would do. And I'm not looking, boo, I'm covering my shit up.
And the others staring in fear at the corner where the commotion is coming from.
Once
the thing is not finished. The top file cabinet drawer opens wide, and a cupboard box on the floor lifts off the ground, levitating momentarily. This causes the boys to flee, and as they do, 2 more giant rolls of paper fall to the ground. Redditor Crimson Cario writes, "What's more terrifying is the fact that these grown-up men went screaming out the room, showing how scary it must have been." While Adrian the Goat adds, "It's stuff like this that keeps me up at night. You're not alone, goat." Number 6, in the hallway. If you've ever heard someone crying and you went to investigate, this video will make you consider the possibility that the sound is from the beyond.
Nah, okay. That's just the thing.
When he goes to investigate, walking slowly through his
Like,
room
I
through the
swear to God,
door,
why do
he
you
opens
do
it to
this?
find a huddled
Is
mass
this
in the
really
hallway.
fun?
It's hard to
Is
tell in
it
this
fun
footage what it
when
could
you
be,
dream
but we'll
about
assume for the
something
sake of
you
argument that it's a
scared?
ghost girl huddled over in distress.
Huh?
The man closes the door
Is it
again, and then
literally
a moment
good
later
for
decides
you
to
to do
reopen
this?
it. When
And
he
they
does,
say
he
it's
finds
fun.
the figure
And y'all
standing
be
before
willing to
him
put
at
that.
the
Why
end
don't
of
you
the
walk off of that
hallway
shit?
in a still and strange
If you think it's
position.
fun.
Once he realizes
It's
what
fun,
he's
right?
seeing,
My
he
nigga?
shuts the door quickly in fear. Those in the comments of this video feel the
Bitch, you
same
what?
way. 50 Shades of Fierce writes, scariest thing I've ever seen. After the
If
100th
that
time,
shit
it still
happens,
gives me
nigga, I'm closing the door,
goosebumps.
bitch. I'm
Goosebumps and a
jumping at
near
the
stop
fucking
of
thing
the
on my
heart.
nigga. Like,
Number
that's
5,
it.
a hand emerges. When the hand emerges from
Oh,
nowhere,
bitch.
you begin to think you're seeing things, especially if it's disembodied. Posted to Reddit by Sightcurfer, this one will make you feel like you're being touched. Sightcurfer writes, during a paranormal investigation of a hobby group, a hand emerges from nowhere and disappears again. Group still doesn't know where the hand came from after 6 years. Originally posted in July of 2014, the German private investigator is seen with his crew in a darkened room. They're all facing one way in what appears to be a hallway, likely getting ready to enter another room in the space they're investigating. Pretty normal, that is, until a hand appears out of the bottom left side of the screen. As though to pat one of the crew on the back, it flits on screen for a moment while the crew remains unaware before disappearing again in an instant. In the comments, Redditor RWP80 says that it looks human but with a finger missing. Another says it looks like an animal hand, maybe that of a raccoon, but it doesn't seem animal at all to me. It looks indeed human. Who was in the room that night with these investigators, and what did they want? Only the disembodied hand.
That's an even N. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I don't see the pinky. That's the only thing though.
Nose.
But
Number
that's
4, Phantom Menace. Have you ever seen a ghost video that looks 100% authentic? Posted by YouTuber Faden. This short clip will have you questioning everything. The video shows some ghost investigators entering a darkened room, searching it with 2 flashlight beams. One tells the other to cover his back while welding the camera. The sight zooms around all corners of the room, including the ceiling, the floor, the walls. In one corner next to what appears to be a wardrobe, the camera zooms in to capture something strange down on the floor. But just when you think whatever that thing is might somehow be the titular ghost, a creaking sound causes the cameraman to pull back, and what he captures is terrifying. Where moments before there was nothing, now a tall, vague figure looms. It's hard to see the thing's distinct characteristics.
Okay, I see a fucking face right there. But this is the fucking nigga right there. But this is fucking a face. I see a face. I see a fucking face there. No, I see a fucking shit there. Now I see someone behind it.
Mom, let me cut this. Please help me.
Okay. Oh, shit. This shit got me crazy. Well, close the door. This is getting me crazy. I see like 2 faces.
Before the 2 guys race for their lives down the stairs, but whatever it is certainly gets your heart racing. After saying she believes this video is authentic, Enigma states in the comments, the doorway looks like it's standard height, and the thing looks like it's easily reaching the top. I'd even go as far to say that it's crouching slightly. So unless there's someone suffering from gigantism living in that place, it's definitely paranormal. What do you think? Can you explain this haunting image away? Or is it paranormal? Number 3, missing. What do you do when
I'll be cutting
videos that accompanying 8 years ago, which is a freak fit, and seemed pretty harmless at first, but Addis described him as a hostile lunatic. Addis said Adrian would go on hour-long rants and insisted that the cursed woods near his home were also haunted by the CIA, who installed, quote, black sites, unquote, there. 2 weeks social media accounts, and the fun sense he's saying is YouTube. The first is a video Adrian filmed walking through the woods. Disturbing. The opening shot shows the woods at night. The shot changes to Adrian coming across a flight of stairs in the daytime covered in rubble. The stairs lead down to a room with a rusted red container with a camera stand pointed inside. The container looks like a bathtub of sorts. Then the shot returns to blackness with only the edge of a wall in view. Addis goes on to say that the remaining 6 channel up for them, making Addis to which he reaches a dead end. The 4th video is only static. Towards the end, you can barely make out 2 men walking in the darkness alongside the man filming, which Addis assumes is Adrian. Audio from the final video posted sounds like Morse code, along with the sounds, numbers, letters, and symbols appear in handwriting across the red screen. The group can't pull in to investigate offer at Wells River confirmed solve the package. Alaskan Diva posted this clip saying it came from a doorbell camera. She writes, "You can see a person leaving at the beginning of the film, and a moment later, you can see why the person thought a mysterious package had been left for her. The item appears to be moving around slightly before it changes shape like it's inflating, slowly floating up into the air, where it hovers like a shadow figure in the blinding sunlight. Definitely creepy looking, but does this have a more logical explanation?
No, it doesn't.
Bug or not, the eerie effect with before. Are you curious about what I look like in real life? My narration, or it's enough to be notified. Security hack. This one is insanely creepy on so many levels. 99% of people will be scared because 99% of us own electronic devices that can be hacked. This video should serve as a public warning about how vulnerable we are to such an invasion of our privacy. The video captures a man hacking into a home surveillance system and speaking to a girl who's watching TV in her home.
I'm your best friend. You can do whatever you want right now. You can mess up your room, you can break your TV, you can do whatever you want.
This isn't a lone occurrence. 5 other families across various states reported similar events happening with their surveillance devices. Hackers have spoken to homeowners, even harassing them. Ring stated that neither its network nor its systems were compromised, but rather the ability to hack the system lies in users, applying the same username and password across several services, or maybe just turn the cameras off. You never know who's watching. Thanks for checking out this video.
Bye guys. That's what I have for today, and I will see you next time. Bye.